What's like the 2-minute history of how you got to where you were like, let me start something?
Oh my gosh, yes, because this is like a passion point of mine. I actually failed my boards twice in 2018 or 2016. Failed my boards and I was like that was a defining moment, right? Like I'm a failure, I'm never going to be anything. So I was just like I'm going to be an employee and I'm going to be the best one I can be, right? So it kind of felt like a fire under my butt and
That
so
is the most
I
like that is the most awesome thing I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah, like I failed him and I was like, this sucks. I never want to do this again. I'm just going to lock in and I'm going to be great because I don't ever want to go back and take another test, point blank, right? That's like where it starts. So I did that. And then in 2020 hit, right? And I was working in a skilled nursing facility. And oh my gosh, what a time to be in healthcare, right? I think anybody who knows that, who worked in healthcare at the time. And it was basically just like you were entrapped to a system in 2020 as a healthcare worker. And I hated how people were treated as healthcare employees. I fell victim to it and it was rough, right? So after that, I was like on this weird hiatus. I was hired as a full time employee, but in 2020, I was on call and not getting like on call pay, but had to only work an hour and a half each week. Had to hit that minimum. Super weird. Didn't understand it. Still don't understand it. So then I was like, I can change this, but I don't know how. So then I had like my husband and my dad like in my ear, like, you need to start your own practice. You can make a difference. I was like, no, I can't. I'm just a really good employee. I don't want to do anything hard. And then one day I was like, dang it, like I can.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this because someone needs to and I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of like no's and failures and control that I
Yeah.
wanted to break free of, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Obviously, somebody watching this now, can go to the website and nobody ever remembers like the 2-year journey to get to where you are now. But
Right.
what was the so like if we were to just time travel back to around that time, you hit that realization, you're like, I'm doing this thing, right? If we
Yeah.
time travel back to that point, if I were to ask you at that point, like what did you think success looked like? Like what was the vision for the practice at that point? Was it like actually I don't want to even give you examples. I'm just curious, like what did you think back then that the practice was going to look like?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I became a mom in the same year that I started my practice.
Of
So
course, why not
in
do it all at once? Let's
right,
go.
like knock it all
Yeah.
out. It's
Yeah, you
great.
really just you went all in.
I did. I was ready to go. So
That's
I
great.
became a mom and I was like, I just loved being a mom. And I was like, I can't imagine having like seeking this connection with my child so intensely and then having a baby that had a delay or had some type of communication deficit that I couldn't connect with, that I felt unplugged from, or I didn't understand, or had behavior challenges that I couldn't understand and prevented us from connecting. So, really, my heart of hearts in starting this was to help moms and help them connect and understand their child to the fullest extent and get that connection that every mom genuinely seeks, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
started there. And as we have developed, it has become like bigger than I had ever anticipated and helping the family unit, not just the mom and child relationship, but the entire family. It's become more of like a lifestyle.
What came first? Was it like the mobile therapy? Was it one of the locations? What came first?
First was mobile because I wanted to come into the home and see in real life what was happening. Because in the clinic, I'm just getting a snapshot, right? But in your home, I'm getting your life. And we're able to build trust because now I'm a part of that. And you're
Yeah.
not coming to my world, I'm coming to yours.
Obviously, don't share anything you don't want to share, but I'm curious, like when you started that though, obviously this isn't easy. I mean, you got to
Mm,
think about how you're going to pay the bills, are you going to accept insurance or not?
mm,
Like car insurance. I mean, you have to think about all these things. And most people stop at that point. But I think the research says that something like 3% of the population has an entrepreneurial bend to them,
hmm
and that like a tenth of those actually do anything. And so ultimately it's very small. So what I'm trying to get at is most people, even if they self-identify as being entrepreneurial and they make that decision, like why not me? Why not now?
Yeah.
Most of them then will stop when they're presented with any of the complexity that comes with starting up a business. For you, like were you 100% buttoned up and ready to go and dotting your I's and crossing your T's? Did you just kinda jump in the car and go? Like, what how put together was the business on the at the beginning? And I'm not asking you to, like, kinda make yourself look bad. I just for anybody listening, I'm just
No,
kinda curious. I like the founding stories of companies. It's because it's always messier, I find, than what
so
people think.
messy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think that's the problem is everyone thinks that when you get started, you have to be polished and perfect and have policies and all of the thing, right? Everybody thinks that. I fell to that trap. I was like, I don't have money to start up. I don't have any business background. I don't have any of that. And I actually speak on this in my podcast that I was more capable of being a business owner than probably your average business owner, your business major,
Yep.
because of my experience working in healthcare.
Yep.
And it is just so funny how when I look back when I started, really the only thing I had was my car. And I had, what else did I have? I had my, what is that, professional like insurance. I had insurance to
Yep.
cover me just
Like,
in case because I'm going into the
right.
home, right?
Yep.
So I was legal business wise. I was an S Corp. Then I got my insurance and I had my car. And I was like, okay, here we go.
YOLO,
And
let's go.
that's where it went. And it was honestly a lot of no's and failure and trying and seeing where it went. Um, and in that, it shapes so much of you. And now, because of that first year of my practice, now I'm like, it's quadruple the time what I thought it would be in that time. And I can't wait to see
Yeah.
where it keeps going to help families. So,
Yeah.
but it's
No,
messy in the
that's
beginning.
yeah, well, the bad joke here is that I've I've been, building and investing in companies for 25 plus years now, and
Mm,
I always the bad joke I tell people is that anybody that tells you that, a business eventually gets to, like, a well-run state is either lying or
yeah.
dumb. Often it's both, you know,
Yeah.
because, like, I have yet to meet, like, a well-run business. They
Oh,
just are constantly evolving. You have
yes.
humans involved, so things are gonna go wrong. It is what it is, and I don't say that to denigrate or, anything like that. It's sort of the reality. If your view of entrepreneurship is Shark Tank, meaning, "Gosh, if I just meet the right person, we're gonna be fine,"
Right.
or if your view
Yeah.
is that it's like a MBA case study and everything is perfect, you're not gonna
Right.
be happy in this.
If your goal is perfection, you will fail every single time. But if your goal is, I think that's a big piece of it is like, what does success look like to you? Because that is going to be the real measure of your business.
So that's exactly where I was gonna go to. So
Yeah.
what is it for
Okay.
you? Like, what does success look like for you?
This has recently evolved for me as well. I think that's a question that's constantly changing as my business grows. A big piece is success for me looks like that my employees are taken care of and they are well emotionally and financially, that they are taken care of because they are the backbone to what this business is now. So I have to make sure that they are taken care of. That's a prime importance to me personally. Also that I have then it looks successful for my personal life that I am able to take mental health days just for myself and not have to stress on how my business is running. Those are the two fundamental standpoints for me right now. Now, ask me in like 3 months from now
It
what it
it e
looks like.
No, yeah, it evolves, right? Yeah, it
Yeah.
totally evolves. I mean, I've got 4 kids, and I always tell people, like, I always bring it down to, like, right now at this stage of my life, it's about freedom, fun, and profit. Interpret as you will. And then this person was like, what does that even mean?" I said, "Well, freedom. If you look at my work calendar, our calendars at Strata are 100% transparent. Everybody can see it. From 4 to 6 every Wednesday, it says dad, daughter, date.
Oh, I love
If
that.
you're gonna call me, you're welcome to call me, but something better be on fire."
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And then every Friday, 4 to 6, no kids will listen to this. We call it Wiener Club. It's me and our 3 boys. There's 6, 4, and 2, and
Yeah.
we want mom and our daughter to kinda, like, have their own time. So that's me and the 3 boys go get our haircuts and
I love
go get
it.
ice cream. And that to me is about freedom. And part of picking an entrepreneurial path is that it is harder than other paths, but you can at least have a shot at optimizing for what you want. I want the
A
freedom to
hundred
spend time with
percent.
my kids.
And I think too for me that comes down to the fact of like if the people that work with me are well and they are taken care of, that ultimately provides me
100%.
with that
Yeah.
flexibility to give back to my family. Not back to my
Yeah.
family, but invest in my family.
Yeah.
to the fullest
Yeah.
extent and balance both roles as CEO and mom, right? Because that is my most important role. So having that pull, like taken care of in my business, that my employees are good.
If you'd like to learn more about Strata PT and see how our EMR and RCM works, head over to stratapt.com to book a demo.